Here's something most people planning to retire in the next 10 years haven't seen yet. A proposal in Congress would put a hard cap on Social Security benefits. $50,000 per year maximum, no matter how much you paid in. According to the Social Security Administration, the average retired worker collects about $23,000 a year right now. So, you might think a $50,000 cap sounds generous. It isn't. Not for the people in this audience. If you're a moderate to high earner in your 40s or 50s who has been counting on a benefit north of $3,500 a month, this cap could slice tens of thousands of dollars out of your retirement income over a 20-year retirement. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly who the cap hits hardest, what it would actually cost you in lifetime dollars, and the specific moves worth making right now, before anything passes. What the $50,000 cap actually proposes. Let's start with what this actually is, because there's a lot of noise online and most of it is imprecise. The proposal that's been circulating would limit the annual Social Security benefit any individual retiree can receive to $50,000. That's roughly $4,167 per month. Sounds high. But here's the thing. The Social Security Administration publishes the maximum possible benefit for someone retiring at full retirement age in 2025. That number is $4,018 per month, or about $48,216 per year. At 70, with delayed credits, the maximum benefit climbs to $5,108 per month, which is $61,296 per year. That's where the cap bites. Anyone projecting a benefit above the $50,000 threshold, meaning anyone on track for a strong delayed retirement credit strategy, would be directly cut. The people most exposed are consistent high earners, often in the $100,000 to $180,000 income range, who plan to delay claiming to age 70 precisely because they could afford to wait. That strategy just became significantly less valuable if this cap passes. My take is clear. If you're in that group, the delay to 70 calculus changes and you need to run the numbers now, not after the bill lands. How your benefit is calculated and where the cut lands. To understand who gets hurt, you need to understand how Social Security benefits are calculated. The SSA bases your benefit on your average indexed monthly earnings, your AIME, which is built from your 35 highest earning years. They then apply a formula called the primary insurance amount, or PIA, which is intentionally progressive. In 2025, the formula replaces 90% of the first $1,226 of your AIME, 32% of the amount between $1,226 and $7,391, and 15% of anything above $7,391. Those dollar thresholds are called bend points, and they're adjusted annually by the SSA. What this means is that lower earners get a much higher replacement rate than higher earners. A worker who earned $45,000 a year might see Social Security replace 50% or more of their pre-retirement income. A worker who earned $150,000 a year might see Social Security replace closer to 25%, but their raw dollar benefit is higher. The $50,000 cap doesn't touch the lower earner at all. It specifically targets the person whose lifetime contributions and high earnings produced a benefit that the formula calculates above that ceiling. Your benefit amount depends heavily on your earnings history and claiming age, so the impact is not uniform. But if you've consistently earned above $100,000, the risk is real and it's specific to you. The real dollar cost over a 20-year retirement. Here's where the math gets uncomfortable, and I want to give you real numbers, not abstract warnings. Let's say you're on track for a benefit of $4,500 a month at age 70. Under the cap, your benefit is cut to $4,167. That's a difference of $333 per month. Over 20 years, That's $79,920 in nominal dollars. Adjust for even modest inflation, and the lifetime loss climbs higher. Now let's say you're a couple where both spouses have strong earnings histories. The cap applies per individual, so both benefits are subject to it independently. Two spouses, each losing $333 a month, means a $667 combined monthly reduction. Over 20 years, that household loses nearly $160,000 in benefits they paid into the system, expecting to receive. According to the Employee Benefit Research Institute, Social Security represents more than 50% of total income for roughly a third of retirees aged 65 and older. For late starters who haven't built a large investment portfolio, that concentration makes a benefit cut especially damaging. The right move here is not to panic. It's to treat that potential gap as a planning number and build around it. What does a $333 per month shortfall require you to have saved to cover it at a 4% withdrawal rate? About $100,000 in additional portfolio value. That's a concrete savings target, not a vague worry. Tax diversification, the strategy that protects you either way. I work with people 50 and over who are planning their retirement, and the single biggest structural mistake I see is having almost all retirement savings in one type of account, usually a traditional 401k or IRA. All pre-tax, all deferred, all taxable on the way out. If the Social Security cap passes and reduces your benefit, you need replacement income. That replacement income is most flexible when it comes from multiple tax buckets, pre-tax accounts, Roth accounts, and taxable brokerage accounts. Here's why this matters. Under current IRS rules for 2025, workers 50 and older can contribute up to $31,000 per year to a 401k. That's the $23,500 base limit plus the $7,500 catch-up contribution. For IRAs, the limit is $8,000 for those 50 and older. If your employer offers a Roth 401k option, using it now creates a pool of tax-free income in retirement that doesn't interact with Social Security taxation thresholds and doesn't get touched by a benefit cap. The IRS also allows what's called a backdoor Roth IRA contribution for higher earners who exceed the Roth IRA income limits. In 2025, that phase-out begins at $150,000 for single filers and $236,000 for married filing jointly. The mechanics of the backdoor Roth involve a non-deductible traditional IRA contribution followed by a conversion. It's perfectly legal. It's been used for years, and it builds exactly the kind of tax-free income that a Social Security cut makes more valuable. Your specific tax bracket and income level determine how much of this applies to you. But the direction is the same for almost everyone. Diversify your tax exposure now while you still have working years to do it. The Roth conversion window and why it's closing. The years between retirement and age 73, when required minimum distributions kick in, under the Secure 2.0 Act, represent a narrow window where many people are in a temporarily lower tax bracket. Your W-2 income has stopped. Your Social Security may not have started yet, or it's at a reduced level. Your RMDs haven't begun. For many people, this window offers the lowest effective marginal tax rates they'll see for the rest of their lives. This is the Roth conversion window, and it's where the right move is to convert as much of your pre-tax IRA or 401k balance as makes sense, filling up your current bracket without pushing into the next one. According to IRS data, the 22% federal bracket for a married couple filing jointly in 2025 extends to $201,050 in taxable income. If your income in retirement is well below that ceiling, you may be able to convert tens of thousands of dollars per year at 22%, money that then grows and is withdrawn tax-free forever. If the Social Security cap passes and your benefit is reduced, Roth income fills that gap without triggering additional taxation. If the cap never passes, you've still reduced your future RMD burden and your tax exposure. This is one of the rare strategies where the outcome is good, regardless of what Congress does. The urgency is real. Every year you delay this conversion, the window gets shorter, and your pre-tax balance potentially grows larger and harder to convert efficiently. What to do before anything passes? Nothing has been signed into law. The proposal is still in discussion stages, and Social Security legislation historically takes years to move through Congress. But here's what I'd do right now, not because the cap is certain, but because these steps improve your retirement outcome whether or not it passes. First, get your Social Security statement. You can access it free at ssa.gov. Look at your projected benefit at 62, at full retirement age, and at 70. If your age 70 benefit is projected above $4,167 per month, you are in the exposure zone. Second, run a break-even analysis on your claiming age. The traditional wisdom says delay to 70 if you can afford to. Under a $50,000 cap, the math shifts. And for some people, claiming earlier and investing the benefit could outperform a capped delayed benefit. This is highly individual. Your health, your other income sources, your spouse's benefit, all of it changes the answer. Third, maximize your Roth and after-tax contributions now. The 2025 catch-up limits are the most generous ever offered, and Congress has already signaled through Secure 2.0 that it wants older workers saving more. Use that. Fourth, consider whether a fee-only fiduciary financial planner, not a commission-based salesperson, can model the specific impact on your projected income. The National Association of Personal Financial Advisors, NAPFA, maintains a directory of fee-only advisors. That's the starting point I'd recommend. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. This is general education, not personalized advice. Consult a fiduciary before acting. If this video helped clarify something you've been anxious about, subscribe to Money After 50. We publish new videos every week focused specifically on people who are starting late and need strategies that actually work in the time they have. Next week, we're covering something that surprises almost every couple I talk to, a spousal catch-up strategy that can unlock up to $65,000 in combined retirement contributions, and most people have no idea it exists. Don't miss that one. And if there's a specific Social Security question, a tax strategy, or a retirement topic you want me to dig into, drop it in the comments below. I read them, and I build upcoming videos around what this audience actually needs to know. This video may contain affiliate links. I only recommend tools I use personally.